Many moons have passed since I left the town of Tristram behind me. Since then, I've tried to forget the terrors I beheld beneath the cold earth, and the twisted nightmares that have haunted my every waking moment. There's something dark within me now. I can feel it, driving me towards the east, assuring me that my salvation lies within the ruins of ancient kingdoms. Though I know the way, I know not what perils will arise to hinder my journey. And as I pass through the first gate, I know that the better part of my soul will remain behind. Forever.
Forgive me, brother, for I have never sinned.
Then why do you seek forgiveness?
Because I am overcome with temptation. I want to sin. I need to sin.
What acts do you wish to commit?
I want to loot corpses and defile tombs. I want to perform rituals and gain immeasurable power. I want to let greed guide me to untold riches, but most of all, I want to bathe in the blood of demons.
And why do you wish to do these things?
There are signs of a second coming. I wasn't here for the first, but Diablo will be resurrected, and I want to face him.
Doing evil against evil is not a sin. It's righteous.
So I should.
Go. Give in to your temptation.
Gladly. Please forgive me, brother, for I need to sin.
What acts do you wish to commit, my son?
I need to covet power, to succumb to greed, and I need to kill, to bathe in the blood of demons once more.
Sounds like you seek permission, not absolution.
I do. For the Lord of Terror has been resurrected, and I am all that stands in his way.
Do you believe the only way to defeat darkness is to descend into darkness yourself?
Absolutely.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days in the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monasteries and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Evil from my dreams followed me at my heels. How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. He was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the Wanderer? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. And from that moment, we traveled together east. Always into the east.
Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Loot Gulain before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive then, I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more. To the east are lands of great mystery, and the jewel city of the desert, Loot Gulain. I've been leading my trade caravan across the eastern deserts for more than 20 years now. I've been attacked by bandits and outlaws more times than I can remember. I just hope you can discover what's going on around here and get the gates to the east opened up. Akara is the rogue's high priestess. She sells the few magic items in her possession and can even heal your wounds. She is very wise and will help you if she can.
The Order welcomes you. It is good to see more of your kind at work in the world these dark days. In my opinion, the world needs more women to fight against the Great Shadow. But I am forgetting my manners. I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it. But she turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time. Our mental discipline is matched only by our skill in archery. I only hope these are enough to withstand this awful trial. I often dream of the day we reclaim our own. The sightless eye sees through the mist of time a great glory ahead. But how far ahead, the eye cannot discern. There is a place of great evil in the wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you. I should add that many rogue scouts have died in that horrible place. We cannot afford to lose any more. If you choose to enter that den of evil, you must do so alone.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this. Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust. In this camp, those of us who have remained true to our order are forced to live among common traders and farm animals. Welcome to our circle of suffering. Akara has been like a mother to me for as long as I can remember. She is wise and good, but I don't think she has the steel to retake our monastery by force. When I was very young, Akara told me tales of the Amazons' fearlessness in battle, and of their skills with spears and bows. I like to think we rogues have much in common with Amazons. The demons in that cave have claimed many of my finest archers. I wonder how you will fare.
Hi there, I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived, though. Most of them are now corrupted by Ondario. Akara, our priestess sincere, is most upset by the corruption of our sisters. I fear that she blames herself. You know, I've been with the sisters for as long as I can remember. But Akara told me that my real parents were barbarians from the northern tribes, and that they were killed when I was very young. Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like if I had been raised as a barbarian. I don't know. I love being a blacksmith. But sometimes I just want to get out and explore the world, you know? The beasts from the cave have begun to roam throughout the countryside. You'd better be careful out there.
Good day to you, partner. I'm Geed, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp. A spare weapon, some gold, a small gem is all I want in exchange for the equipment you'll need on whatever quest you might undertake. No, don't be shy. All of my items are guaranteed for life and come with a 2-day warranty. You're a brave soul. I'd sooner thrust my sacred scepter into the foulest carbuncular troll than set one boot into that cave.
So it begins. Beware foul demons and beasts.
All who oppose me, beware.
I will cleanse this wilderness.
Your task is not complete until you have killed all the demons in that cave.
You'd better come through on this. Your reputation depends on it.
One who seeks that cave seeks death. One who hesitates does so with good reason.
You haven't cleared the cave yet? Do you need anything?
Demons still befouling that cave, huh? I think you might need a new weapon.
So, this is where evil hides.
Evil dwells within this cave.
There are many foes here.
I sense death within this place. My duty here is done.
Is that all of them? The rogues are safe for the moment.
Is that enough to earn the rogue's trust?
That which does not kill you makes you stronger.
The only good demon is a dead one, I say. By the way, did you happen to find anything in that cave you'd like to sell?
You are truly brave and skillful. Akara was worried about you.
I'm surprised you survived that test, Outlander. Go see Akara. She may reward you.
You have cleansed the den of evil. You've earned my trust, and may yet restore my faith in humanity. Your reward is training in the skill of your choice.
The fiery Kasha commands the rogue archers in battle. I've only spoken to her a few times, though. I get the feeling that she doesn't like outsiders very much.
Oh, Kasha's fantastic. Sure, she's a little hard on outsiders, but who can blame her? All she wants is to protect our order. But now that our sisters have turned against us, I think this whole mess has hardened her heart.
Akara and Kasha are sisters in the Order of the Sightless Eye, but they are worlds apart. Akara is a slow river of magic, Kasha, a viper of war. They're both deeply devoted to their religious order, yet the corruption of their sisters pains them both to no end.
Kasha has always been fiercely loyal, but I fear her anger and frustration over these recent events will lead her into harm's way. She is highly protective of the few rogues remaining under her command, and will not send them into combat unless there is dire need.
My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her. If we could only find out how Andariel has managed to corrupt our sisters, then perhaps we could drive out the evil clouding their minds. Death has done nothing to weaken Bloodraven's combat skills. If anything, she's more deadly than ever.
How can one kill what is already dead?
Bloodraven fought valiantly against Diablo in the catacombs beneath Tristram. She was never quite the same afterwards. It is now obvious she brought an evil influence back with her.
Bloodraven was the leader of a rogue band that once fought Diablo at Tristram.
I'm sorry. The undead are bad for trade. I have a strict no-return policy.
Beware. The evil is strong ahead. Beyond lies mortal danger for the likes of you. Take care. The corrupted rogues in the wilderness ahead are not to be trifled with.
Each moment you delay adds another undead sister to Bloodraven's army.
If you fail to destroy Bloodraven, I fear that our order will perish forever.
When the dead return to prey upon the living, it is a terror beyond understanding.
Akara felt something was wrong even before Andariel descended upon us. She feared that Bloodraven had stumbled upon some evil force beneath Tristram. I wish we had acted then.
I wonder if that old gossip Melra is among the undead. Oh, she had dirt on everybody.
Planting the dead. How odd.
Join my army of the dead.
I shall meet death head on.
My army will destroy you.
Too many empty graves.
Matron Andariel commands your death.
This holy place has been desecrated.
Bloodraven. Rest well.
Sisters, there was no other way. Your time is past, Bloodraven. Good riddance, Bloodraven.
You've done well, stranger. I hope all your efforts are worth it.
Andariel must be made to pay for her sacrilege.
Some of those gals weren't so nice the first time around.
Kasha wishes to reward you for your defeat of Bloodraven. I thank you too, even though Bloodraven was once my friend.
I can hardly believe that you've defeated Bloodraven. Though she was once my closest friend, I pray that her tortured spirit remains banished forever. You have earned my respect, stranger, and the allegiance of the rogues. I have placed several of my best warriors at your disposal.
It is clear that we are facing an evil difficult to comprehend, let alone combat. There is only one Haradrim sage, schooled in the most arcane history and lore, who could advise us. His name is Deckard Cain. You must go to Tristram and find him, my friend. I pray that he still lives. Tristram is too far to journey by foot. Cain would likely be dead when you arrived. However, there is a magical portal that will take you there instantly. To open it, one must stand within the circle of cairnstones and touch them in a certain order. The proper order can be found in the runes written on the bark of the Tree of Inifis. You must find the sacred Tree of Inifis and bring back its bark. I will translate the runes to unlock the stone's mystic pattern. How will you find Cain without going to Tristram? Finding the Tree of Inifis is the first step on your journey.
Perhaps Tristram deserved its fate for letting evil loose upon the land. I only hope we don't suffer the same. The bark of Inifis holds mystical runes. Akara can translate them into our revenge. The Tree of Inifis is hard to find, but you'll know it when you see it. Deckard Cain has crucial knowledge about the evils we face. You must find him.
Months ago, I came across a few survivors from Tristram. They said that Cain had gone half-mad and could no longer distinguish fact from fantasy. It is too dangerous to travel to Tristram. I won't be leaving here until the way is clear. He who seeks that which cannot be found must look inside himself for further guidance. Or look harder.
I have heard that Tristram is now in ruins. Without Cain, I fear for the ruin of all of us. If you bring back the Bark of Iniphis, Akara will tell you how to get to Tristram. Without the Bark of Iniphis, you can't find Cain.
I would sooner micturate in a tankard of my own ale than journey to Tristram. I'm told that Tristram now resembles a mead hall after a barbarian wedding. I will wait here for your most glorious return. Barking up the wrong tree, huh? You'll find it. Just keep looking.
This dead tree teems with energy. This tree is one of a kind.
This tree shines with inner spirits. This tree bristles with magic.
Look, friend, I trade a lot of strange items, but I'm not gonna start dealing in bark, okay?
Get this to Akara. Only she can understand it.
With this scroll, you may open a portal back to Tristram. Only Akara can decipher its logic.
This looks like gibberish to me. Akara may know what to make of it.
Ah, very good. I have translated the runes on this scroll. You must find the cairnstones and touch them in the order that I have written. If he still lives, Deckard Cain may be in grave peril. You must hurry to Tristram before all is lost.
Such stones are common back home. These magic stones are ancient.
I sense many spirits around the stones. Maybe Akara could spell the mystery of these stones.
Ah, yes. Ruins. The fate of all cities.
All that's left of proud Tristram are ghosts and ashes. What a tragic end to Tristram.
The land here is dead and lifeless.
Deckard Cain, leave quickly.
Help!
Deckard Cain, if you value your life, leave here immediately.
Deckard Cain, leave this place.
Deckard Cain, you've got to get out of here.
Ah, Cain is here. Another customer. I haven't been this pleased since a love-starved maiden let down a bit more than her hair. That old coot Cain is as crazy as a wet quill rat. I hear he survived whatever happened in Tristram. Personally, I wouldn't trust a thing he has to say.
Only a brave adventurer could return with Deckard Cain. Akara has a reward for your valor. Cain seems to have great wisdom regarding the supernatural. I hope I never live to be that wise.
Akara wishes to reward you for your bravery in returning Deckard Cain. I don't really know anything about Cain. He seems to have a lot of secrets. That makes me nervous.
Again, you amaze me, Outlander. The Sisterhood is grateful to you for delivering Cain to us. I believe Akara has something to tell you. Some of my rogues told me of Deckard Cain. They said that he is a man of great wisdom. Personally, I don't know how wise he could possibly be if he never learned how to wage battle himself.
You have risked your life to rescue Cain. For that we thank you. We must seek his counsel immediately. I understand that Cain is the last descendant of the ancient Horodrim, and that his knowledge of their lore is vast. He could prove to be very useful in discerning the nature of our current crisis.
As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no charge. Regrettably, I could do nothing to prevent the disaster which devastated Tristram. It would appear that our greatest fears have come to pass. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, has once again been set loose upon the world. As you know, some time ago Diablo was slain beneath Tristram, and when our hero emerged triumphant from the labyrinth beneath town, we held a grand celebration that lasted several days. Yet, as the weeks passed, our hero became increasingly aloof. He kept his distance from the rest of the townsfolk and seemed to lapse into a dark, brooding depression. I thought that perhaps his ordeal had been so disturbing that he simply could not put it out of his mind. The hero seemed more tormented every passing day. I remember he awoke many times, screaming in the night, always something about the East. One day he simply left, and shortly thereafter Tristram was attacked by legions of foul demons. Many were slain, and the demons left me to die in that cursed cage. I believe now that Tristram's hero was that dark wanderer who passed this way before the monastery fell. I fear even worse, my friend. I fear that Diablo has taken possession of the hero who sought to slay him. If true, Diablo will become more powerful than ever before. You must stop him, or all will be lost. You may recover some mysterious things from the demons you kill. Some of great use to you, some of great peril. Bring them to me, and I'll reveal their secrets. It takes time to master your skills, and use will hone your technique. But take care to choose your new skills wisely.
To be honest, I have done my best to stay clear of Gede. He wears dishonesty about himself like a cloak, and seeks only to better his situation by preying on the misfortunes of others.
Oh, I like Gede. He's very funny. He has all sorts of interesting stories from the places he's been. I wish I could see the sights he has.
Gede is a wandering merchant of questionable character who is traveling along with my caravan to the east. He will buy and sell most anything. He's greedy, but his wares are beyond reproach. I would suggest keeping both eyes open when you deal with him. It's easy to become lost in the wilderness on the way to the citadel. After you have come to the cairnstones, you must remember that the path continues through the caves.
Gede is a pig. I've been tempted to throw him out of the camp many times, but Charcy seems to think that he's good company. I don't trust the man. But if she is comforted by him, then I'll desist.
When, or if I get to Loot Ghislaine, I'm gonna find the largest bowl of gnarled weed and smoke till all earthly sense has left my body.
And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins, was buried alive. And her castle, in which so many cruel deeds took place, fell rapidly into ruin. Rising over the buried dungeons in that god-forsaken wilderness, a solitary tower, like some monument to evil, is all that remains. The Countess's fortune was believed to be divided among the clergy, although some say that more remains unfound, still buried alongside the rotting skulls that bear mute witness to the inhumanity of the human creature.
That tower marks a place of danger. There is an epic poem about it. How much sorrow one can stand was tested there. Quickly in and quickly out is all the advice I can give you.
The tome speaks of treasure, yet all we have found are death, delirium, and disappointment. Have you suddenly lost your taste for wealth?
Rumors of treasure are no different from rumors of any other kind. They hold false promise to those who should know better. Better an empty pocket than a full grave.
The only wealth you're likely to find there is a wealth of vermin. Guess what? I've named a boil on my ass after you. It too bothers me every time I sit down.
That old tower is as rotten on the inside as it appears on the outside. I heard that several sisters came to a gruesome end when a stairwell collapsed on them. You're not ready to give up, are you?
The dangers there are not solely architectural. Once inside that wretched place, many succumb to a vile miasma. Beware that you do not suffer the fate of the corrupted rogues. To lose one's life is a tragedy, but to lose one's soul is even worse. There is no more I can tell you about that ancient tower.
I can smell why this tower was abandoned. The stench of poison.
This place reeks of death.
This tower shall be cleansed of evil.
Treasure hunting. Treasure finding.
Yeah. I've earned the right to this abandoned trove.
This tower has its charms. This is reward enough.
I thought the stories of treasure in the tower were nothing but lies. I am glad you found something of value in that death trap. Would that our sisters had been so fortunate.
Your rewards are well earned. To us, the tower was nothing more than a headstone looming over a long-forgotten grave.
Those riches will serve you well on the long road ahead.
Well done, my friend. Courage and opportunity together have created in you a kind of alchemy.
Remember, wealth is as insubstantial as a cloud and passes as quickly. Ignore Geed. All that twitters is not bold.
Warreeve's advice is like corpse gas. It befouls the air for a moment, and then it disappears. Charcy is a fine girl. Oh, but she has no business savvy. I know she means well, but the prices she charges for weapons and armor will never earn her a profit. As long as I keep filling her mind with stories of adventure, she'll never catch on to the fact that I'm raking in gold hand over fist.
Charcy is young and innocent. However, I believe her barbarian blood thrills to the prospect of adventure and danger. She takes great pride in her work and finds comfort in the fact that her weapons and armor are helping to end this evil plague.
Before our exile, Charcy, our blacksmith, could fashion any implement of war. Here in the camp, she merely makes do. Her best tools remain within the monastery.
Charcy seems to be a very sweet girl. She's the smith around here and can help you by trading weapons and armor.
When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Herodric Malice, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment. The monastery can confuse even those who know it well. Stay alert in there.
Charcy talks of nothing anymore but this Herodric Malice. Between you and her, my ears need a rest. Just find it and bring it back quickly. I've heard that you bear us no malice.
Just as an archer needs bow and arrow, or a draftsman pen and paper, so Charcy needs the Herodric Malice with which to ply her trade. What better opportunity to show your mettle?
The Malice was forged and enchanted by the ancient Herodric mages during the Sin Wars. When their union dissolved, the Malice was entrusted to the Sisterhood, guarding the pass into the east. The Malice has eluded you so far. Well, search thoroughly in the barracks. That is where the rogues kept their forge.
Charcy is wasting her time and talents using an inferior hammer. Had she the Herodric Malice, she could make the steel sing and craft you a suit of armor as impenetrable as the Great Eye. To do battle with Andariel requires more than thick skin and a strong will. You'll want armor and weaponry forged with the hammer's enchantments.
The retrieval of the Herodric Malice is not without risk. Our monastery is filled with voracious hellspawn. You'd best be careful, my friend. If you can't carry out this quest, how will you face the greater evils ahead?
This monastery reeks with evil and corruption.
Evil flows from here.
Even the light cannot pierce this gloom.
This place has the stench of demons about it.
I shall make weapons from your bones. I shall crush you. Your soul shall fuel hell. Now I will kill you. Your soul is mine. You will die.
All this for a hammer.
Charcy will be thankful to get this malice. I should take this to Charcy.
This will help the sisters turn the tide against evil.
Oh, thanks so much for returning the Herodric Malice. I will now imbue one of your items with magical powers.
I guess it's too late to take back some of the names I called you?
I am glad the hammer has returned, and you with it.
Now that the Horadric Malice is back in our possession, we shall use it to deliver a great blow against the evil which torments this land.
Well done, my friend. But remember, the return of the Horadric Malice is but one step in reclaiming the monastery. The wilderness is overrun with evil, and the minions of hell have taken our rightful home. We must purge all evil from the monastery and restore order to the world.
It is certain that we face the Demon Queen, Andariel, who has corrupted the Rogue Sisterhood and defiled their ancestral monastery. This does not bode well for us, my friend. Ancient Horadric texts record that Andariel and the other lesser evils once overthrew the three prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal, banishing them from hell to our world. Here they caused mankind untold anguish and suffering before they were finally bound within the Soul Stones. Andariel's presence here could mean that the forces of hell are once again aligned behind Diablo and his brothers. If this is true, then I fear for us all. You must kill her before the monastery becomes a permanent outpost of hell, and the way east lost forever. Long ago, Diablo and his brothers were cast out of hell by the lesser evils. It seems that hell's balance has shifted, as Andariel is now aligned with the Lord of Terror. Her presence here in the mortal realm does not bode well for us. Have I told you about the Horadrim? They were an ancient confederation of mage clans who sought to bind the three prime evils for eternity. The Horadrim are now nearly forgotten, and it appears that the bonds they wove are unraveling. As the last of the Horadrim, I pray that I can help you remedy their failure. Long ago, the Soul Stones were given to the Horadrim by the Archangel Tyrael. They were used to bind the three prime evils. I now know that even these holy artifacts were no match for Diablo's power. I hope that his two brothers are more securely held, but I fear the worst. Diablo is heading east for some foul purpose, and the only passage east is through the monastery gate. Obviously, Diablo summoned Andariel to block any pursuit. For her part, Andariel hopes to win Diablo's favor. The lesser demons are always vying for positions of power within the unholy hierarchy.
The mapmakers tell us the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Our way east is a line that runs through Andariel's stronghold, the monastery. I'll gladly take you eastward, if you can drive the evil from the monastery. Then the rogues may reopen the pass through the mountains.
Some evenings we gather at the bonfire to retell epic tales and try to forget about the terrible events that led to losing the monastery. I can imagine 1,000 different ways to kill Andariel. You need only choose one.
Even though the corrupted ones were once of our order, you need not shy from slaying them, for they stand between you and Andariel. Perhaps when the Demon Queen is dead, our sisters will return to life, but more likely, they will be forever bound to their unholy pact. Andariel has desecrated all we hold dear. She must not be permitted to serve Diablo. Destroy her. The corruption of our order must be undone.
Andariel's demonic forces have taken up residence in the forest as well as the monastery. I won't be venturing out of the camp. So if you need anything, I'll be right here. You're going after Andariel? One of my wagon wheels is in need of repair. I'll be under the wagon, if I'm needed.
I don't know why some of my sisters chose to follow Andariel. Those who strayed were among our finest warriors. Send Andariel back to the hell she came from.
No way.
Bars can't hold a force of nature.
Ah, the slow torture of caged starvation.
No one should ever be caged.
This is no place for a warrior to die.
May I remind you that my caravan can only go east if the monastery is cleansed.
If you are the hero that you seem to be, now is the time to prove it.
Have you stumbled upon that demon queen yet? I hear she's quite the beauty. As far as maidens of anguish go, that is.
You have done much to help us, but I sense that this has only fueled Andariel's fury. She will not stop until we are all dead. You must kill Andariel before her army can gain the upper hand.
Deckard Cain has important information about Andariel.
It is clear that Andariel is acting on behalf of Diablo to prevent anyone from following him eastward. Her defeat would allow you to continue the pursuit. Ancient lore has it that while Andariel was spawned in the burning hells, she is not fond of fire.
I sense it. The supernatural is strong here.
I sense a demonic presence here.
So cold and damp under the earth.
There is great evil here.
Fear me. The east is beyond your grasp.
Let the gate be opened. Andariel, your reign is over.
Back to the hell that spawned you, Andariel.
My work here is finished.
This is a great victory indeed, but many more battles await. I will accompany you on your journey, lending what assistance I can. Remember, Diablo is still out there, seeking something in the desert. I'm afraid that this nightmare will not end until you find what it is that he seeks.
Andariel's death brings about renewed life for us all. We mourn the loss of our dear sisters, but at least now we can get on with our lives. I may have misjudged you, Outlander. You are a true hero, and testament to the noble spirit which has inspired our order for generations. Farewell, my friend.
You'll probably go east now. It was good to know you. I hope you'll come back if you ever need anything.
I'm gonna party like it's $9.99.
Finally, we may rejoice. We owe you a debt we can never repay. I only hope that in time, we will be able to rebuild our order. All our thanks go with you, my friend. Though he has only been our guest for a short time, I sense that Wareve has faced many harrowing trials. Though he knows, as I do, that a terrible evil has blanketed the land, his only real concern is to reach the eastern trading ports with his caravan.
Wareve's all right, I guess. He seems too serious most of the time. I haven't really talked to him all that much.
Wareve was kind enough to let me travel with his caravan, but don't let him drag you into a search for a new eastern trade route. I'm making a fortune right here. Yeah, from the rogues, of course. You, on the other hand, always get my best prices.
I don't trust many Outlanders, but Wareve seems fine. He never says much to me, though.
The caravan is prepared. We may now journey eastward to Loot Golain.